Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zheng. We are in an interesting time full of changes. One of the biggest changes is where will China go? Today, we will show you the real situation in China from three levels: the top leaders of the CCP, the mid and low level officials, and the bottom of Chinese society. But before today's topic, I have two announcements. I've restarted an old channel and renamed it China Uncut. This channel will focus on quick updates from China, for fast, real, and simple, with short videos under 3 minutes. My current channel will still focus on deep analysis. The two channels have different purposes. Right now, China Uncut only has about 2,600 subscribers. Due to insufficient watch time, it is not yet eligible for monetization. So please help by subscribing and sharing. Another piece of good news: Jennifer's store is now open. The website is jenniferzeng.com, jenniferzeng.com. It will sell products from my sponsors, and I'll earn a small commission. The first product is WestQuest herbal eye patches. It helps people like me who stare at screens too long. It reduces eye tiredness and prevents damage from overuse. Experts say the safe screen time is 2 hours a day, but we often stare at phones or computers for over 8 hours, even 10 hours. This makes our eyes dry, tired, and blurry. Over time, it can damage our health. With this product, you just put it around your eyes and it works well to improve your eye conditions. These eye patches are from Japan. They use all natural herbs, safe and effective. I've used them many times myself. I put them during the day or at night while sleeping. My eyes feel so much better. You know, YouTube suppresses my channel, so my income here is very low. On platforms like X and Ganjin World, I really earn more than 100 a month, basically nothing. I keep going because I want to share the truth. I'm so happy to now have sponsors working with me. So if you buy products from my store, you're helping me make more shoes. Plus, this product really helps people who use their eyes a lot. I'll put a link to Jennifer's store in the description or comments of this episode. Thank you for your support, for buying, and for recommending it to your friends, family, and co-workers. Now, let's move to our topic. First, I want to share something from a reliable source. Xi Jinping actually began losing power as early as last April. Military members loyal to him tried to help him take back control, but they failed every time. This is why many key military figures fell, like Vice Chairman of the CCP's Military Commission He Weidong and Political Department Director Miao Hua. So Xi Jinping has no real power now. He still goes on foreign visits like to Russia, but the real power holders in the party sent him there. He has to obey or he will be dealt with. But the people who now control the party don't know where to take China. They are hesitating. I believe the above information I got is reliable. If we look closely, there are many signs that Xi Jinping today is very different from before. I'll only list a few due to time. First, Chinese people used to call Xi Jinping the wife shoes maniac. He liked
First Lady is.
He loved
Finally,
taking his
Yuan
wife
stepped off the
Chen
glam rock
Liyuan
star
and
and stepped
showing
into the
her off
limelight. Bloggers in China quickly praised her
everywhere
glamorous
he,
style.
he went and also show off their love. But in his recent two foreign visits, like his visit to Vietnam on April 14th and earlier this month, his visit to Russia, Chen Liyuan did not go with him. Second, the people traveling with Xi Jinping in China has been downgraded. Before, when Xi went on inspections, Cai Qi, a top official and head of the party's central office, always went with him. But on May 19th and 20th, when Xi Jinping visited Henan, the highest official with him was Vice Premier He Lifeng, a much lower rank. Third, changes in state media. Since Xi Jinping's Henan visit ended on May 20th, 10 days have passed. He hasn't appeared in public since. The party's main mouthpiece, People's Daily, hasn't reported Xi attending any public events on its first page for 9 days in a row. At most, there's only note about him sending a letter to congratulate something or having a phone call with someone. While Xi nearly disappears, other party leaders are very busy. Every day, we see them visiting foreign countries or appearing in China. From May 26 to 28th, People's Daily's front page had photos and news of Premier Li Qiang meeting foreign leaders for 3 straight days. These are People's Daily's front pages since May 21st, when Xi Jinping's photo appeared for the last time. Since then, no Xi Jinping at all. Compare this with July 5th and 6th last year. Back then, People's Daily's front page was all about Xi Jinping, no news of other leaders at all. Doesn't this change feel huge? Also, even Xi's closest ally, Cai Qi, doesn't praise Xi as much in speeches anymore. Instead, state media like People's Daily and People's Liberation Army Daily keep stressing collective leadership and warn against dictatorship. Fourth, a museum for Xi Jinping's father, Xi Zhongxun, was renamed.
关中革命纪念馆开馆，革命先烈先辈亲属和干部群众代表共同参观了纪念馆。
So on May 24th, the 23rd anniversary of Xi Zhongxun's death, a new museum opened in Xi Zhongxun's hometown, Fuping County, Shanxi Province. It's called the Guanzhong Revolutionary Museum. CCTV only gave a 40-second report. People's Daily wrote just 157 words with no photos. It only mentioned the display shows the brave revolution of people in the Guangzhong area under the party's leadership and highlights Xi Zhongxun's great revolutionary life and noble character. This news caused a big debate on Chinese social media. Some say the museum was meant to be named the Xi Zhongxun Memorial Museum, but was renamed at the last minute to Guangzhong Revolutionary Museum. They say this shows Xi Jinping really lost power. Others say there's already a Xi Zhongxun Memorial Museum nearby, so there's no renaming issue. I checked carefully. There is indeed a Xi Zhongxun Memorial Museum built in 2006 near Xi Zhongxun Mausoleum. The party often holds patriotic education events there. Xi Zhongxun Mausoleum covers over 40,000 mu, nearly 7,000 acres. It was expanded after Xi Jinping took power. It took 3 years to finish and was completed in September 2015. It was also a patriotic education site. It appears its area is 9 times bigger than Sun Yat-sen Mausoleum and 4 times bigger than the Ming Dynasty founder Zhu Yuanzhang Mausoleum. I looked at the map. The new Guanzhong Revolutionary Museum is very close to the Xi Zhongxun Memorial Museum and the Xi Zhongxun Mausoleum. On Baidu Maps, the 2 red circles show their location. And on Google Satellite View, they are only 350 meters, or about 1,100 feet apart. That's only a 5-minute walk. So I think the Guanzhong Revolutionary Museum was meant to connect with the Xi Zhongxun Memorial Museum and Mausoleum to create a bigger site to honor Xi Zhongxun. This would also build more legitimacy for Xi Jinping to rule for life. But after it was finished, Xi lost power. So they renamed it Guanzhong Revolutionary Museum and opened it quietly. If we look at past records, when smaller Xi Zhongxun related museums opened elsewhere or other Xi Zhongxun related events were held, Xi Jinping's brother Xi Yuanping always attended. Local officials and media reported it widely. But this time, on the 23rd anniversary of Xi Zhongxun's death, a museum about his life opened, and no Xi family members or party officials showed up. Local media didn't report it. People's Daily only gave a less than 160-word report with no photos. Look at the short one in the red square. That is the report about the opening of Guanzhong Revolutionary Museum. This would have been unimaginable when Xi Jinping was at the height of his power. Okay, we'll stop here due to time. According to former Peking University professor Yuan Hongbin, all parts of the party governments, military and others, are forming cliques. These cliques even cross systems. Military officials, party officials, state company leaders, and even private business owners form private groups. These groups operate outside the party's control. They are tied together by private interests and have political, economic, military, cultural, and social power. They are like independent kingdoms. These cliques also follow regional traditions, like in the Yangtze Delta area of Shanghai, Hangzhou, and Jiangsu, or in the 3 northeast provinces. They form regional groups to protect themselves. If chaos breaks out, these cliques can defend themselves locally and stop angry people from attacking officials or looting. Yuan Hongbin says the party's prisoning families are very worried. They feel Xi Jinping might bring down the party's rule, so forming cliques among officials has now become very common. These officials' worries are very much justified. On May 20th, a fire broke out at a textile factory in Sichuan province. It burned for 37 hours and caused huge property damage. Because the factory owed a worker 800 yuan, or about $110 in wages. This 27-year-old worker asked for his pay many times, but got nothing. In anger, he set the factory on fire. Here's the thing. After the incident, online opinions strongly supported the worker. Netizens called him a hero and nicknamed him Brother 800. They even drew cartoons depicting him as a hero. Some wrote, "What's wrong with this society?" The comments all support the arson. The behavior should be condemned, but everyone praises it. Shouldn't the authorities reflect on this? Don't treat the lower class like they are nothing. They might make sure you don't see tomorrow's sun. So the anger at the bottom of Chinese society might explode one day. It could threaten the lives and property of local officials or innocent people. In this situation, of course, local officials want to form cliques to protect themselves. In other words, from the top to the bottom, Chinese society is in a can't survive stage. The current system is about to fail. It's said that the CCP will hold its fourth plenary session in late August to decide Xi Jinping's fate and China's next steps. Can the new power holders find a way out for China? Will they dare to abandon the Communist Party completely? Or will they just remove Xi Jinping but try to keep the party? Right now, it's all unknown. So make sure you follow me to stay updated with the latest news. Again, please consider buying the wonderful products in Jennifer's store at jenniferzeng.com. Thank you. Have a nice weekend and see you next time.